Thank you. God bless America. Thank you.
God bless you.
Lynette. Here we go. Look. One, two. Please stop.
No, no. Oh.
Santa. Please keep on looking at me, even if you're sick as me. Okay? You laugh. No, this is usually.
Oh, they don't walk fast. This is not planned. Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the class of 2021's commencement ceremonies. Thank you for your attendance this evening as we celebrate our seniors. To start this evening's program, we would ask that you please stand as we honor America as our Concord singers sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
To begin today's program, we would like to introduce our selected senior speaker, who was chosen to present to our graduating class today at today's commencement. Immediately following this speech, our selected senior speakers, Ms. Beck Spataro and Mr. Joel Cray, will perform a musical selection for us today. But first, please welcome our senior speaker, Adriana Smith, to the podium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and class of 2021. To say we made it would be an understatement. 2020 and 2021 challenged us with adversity, but we powered through it. And for many of us, graduation seemed to be a distant dream that wasn't even possible. However, I believe that we all share a unique characteristic that has brought us here today. An unrelenting essence of strength, determination, and grit can be found within all of us. And rather than envisioning our future, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the past and to focus on an obstacle that we have all overcome. In high school, we often feel that it's important to discover ourselves, to find out who we truly are and what we really want. And in doing so, we sometimes lose our friends, significant others, and even ourselves. And although that we know many of these events won't matter much in the future, in high school, it can feel like the problems that we face are as if the world is ending and it's only been the second period of the day. While we know that many of these moments won't matter much in a year or 5 years or even 10 years from now, it's important that we realize that these are the events and experiences that shape who we are and who we become. In the words of Oscar Wilde, education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing worth knowing can be taught. Life grants us these amazing opportunities and experiences that we get to learn from. We make mistakes and we learn from them. We go through painful times and we learn from them. And everything that we've learned goes far beyond what the classroom could have ever taught us. Luckily, I know this class is strong enough to withstand the challenges that will be thrown their way, and with each challenge, they will become more equipped to prevail through the next. Even when it feels like the walls are caving in, please remember that these events are what motivate your character to grow, adapt, and thrive. There will always be a silver lining in the darkness, or a lesson to be learned through the pain, because when we experience our lowest points, we are open to the greatest changes. As I close, I'd like to remind everyone of the words of Drew Barrymore. Life is very interesting, and in the end, some of our greatest pains become our greatest strengths.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me, why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it up before you burn it out. You've got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. You know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize a whole life waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You've got your passion, you've got your pride. But don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. When will you realize a whole life waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can't afford to lose a day or two. When will you realize a whole life waits for you? When will you realize a whole life waits for you?
It is now my privilege to recognize the valedictorian and salutatorian, two deserving members of our senior class. These awards are the highest academic achievement a senior can earn during their high school career. We will begin by recognizing our salutatorian, who will come forward to accept this award. Please join me in congratulating the salutatorian of the class of 2021, Miss Caitlin Stauffer. We will now present Concord High School's highest academic honor for the class of 2021. We do have a tie for this honor this year, so both students will deliver the valedictorian address. We now ask that the co-valedictorians come forward to accept this award. Please join me as we recognize the class of 2021's co-valedictorians, Miss Emma Gingrich and Miss Justina Riffle.
I would like to begin this speech, like almost any other commencement speech, with wow, we made it. We're here. Unlike in other commencement speeches, however, our class has faced some unique challenges that deserve to be addressed. I take you back to 4th grade, when the district decided to cancel the annual 4th grade trip to Indy the year we were supposed to go. Clearly, I'm not still bitter about that. We had a little respite, and then the infamous landfill fire of 8th grade. We got smoked out of the junior high and sent home early. How often does that happen? Then, freshman year, in the spring of 2018, the great floods hit. We thankfully weren't as flooded as some other area schools, but the Yellow Creek Field and lower track were basically swimming pools. If you thought we would get off easy sophomore year, think again. The polar vortex in winter of 2019 left us stuck at home for several days. All of this led up to our junior year, however, in which the summer started with a huge construction-related flood in the music department. Then some 7th graders hacked the internet, which got us sent home. And then the obvious mid-March pandemic shut down. Unless you've been living off the grid and only come into town once a year to buy oats, you know how insane these last 15 months have been. We missed out on junior year spring season for sports, which is an important time for scouting. We missed out on music performances and prom and awards night ceremonies and spring break vacations and human interactions. We had no end date in sight, and we were left in limbo. When school started again, there were still so many unknowns. The hybrid schedule left the high school feeling a bit like a ghost town, and I know so many of us yearned for the school year to just be over. The senioritis, COVID school mixture did not help. Yet we persisted, and if we hadn't, we would not be here today. Now, I want to be sensitive to some of the other struggles people in our class have faced over the years. Most of what I've mentioned seems pretty trivial looking back on it. Some of you have faced real losses throughout your school career, like the death of a classmate or family member, or struggles with illness, and so much more. These are not insignificant, and we need to acknowledge this added pain. Our class has been through so much, and yet through it all, we have still seen so many successes. Even just managing to get up and exert some effort in class is a success. One of my favorite teachers would say that being in school is a choice, and I thank you all today for choosing that. I think it's fair to say that we were truly made stronger throughout these hardships, and I can say with confidence that this class will bring tenacity, flexibility, and perseverance to anything we choose to do. Nothing in life will seem too crazy or out of the realm of possibilities. Now, I know it's cliche to say it in this type of speech, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. I really am. We have been given so many opportunities to just check out, throw in the towel, but we didn't. And now we're here. Thank you all. We will be forever bonded in this shared, wacky trip of a high school experience.
I would like to begin today by thanking everyone in attendance, from friends and family in the audience to teachers and staff making this possible. You have all influenced us in ways you couldn't imagine, and without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. Thank you all. After a hefty amount of Google searching and stressing on how to give the perfect speech, I realized that maybe the most memorable speech would be one that was so horrible, it was good. So after reading through many do's and don'ts on how to give a successful valedictorian speech, I've decided to ignore all of their advice and actually do the complete opposite. So follow along. The Webster Dictionary defines commencement as an act or instance of commencing beginning. So I might feel as if this is an end to a race, in reality it's just beginning, and it's crucial that we push ourselves more than ever. I have worked so hard for this, and I cannot wait to succeed. Now, while it might seem like it's time to relax, it is time to push ourselves more than ever, whether we're heading off to college, joining the workforce or military, or so on. Speaking of relaxing, I cannot wait to go to the beach this summer. Think about it. We just got out of this high school and you're really gonna let this negative energy carry on? Sorry guys if that wasn't good. Don't read word for word. Don't make it about yourself. Don't read too fast. Don't get distracted. Don't be negative. Don't apologize. These were all things I was told to do, not to do, yet I did them anyways. So now you're probably wondering what the point was of potentially giving the worst speech Concord has ever heard. Well, here's your answer. As I was originally writing this speech, I was so set on following each individual rule and outline that I lost sight of how I wanted to give this speech and almost gave an unoriginal, successful speech that was given 1,000,000 times before. Now, sometimes in life, we just feel like this. We have this need to follow expectations of what success is and dismiss our own wants to please others' expectations. I do not want to see anyone here today live a life pleasing others and forget what success means to you. Because success is not defined by a college degree or wealth, just like how the success of this speech is not defined by the following the do's and don'ts. What success is defined by is the fulfillment and happiness you receive. So live your life how you want to, because if you find something that gives you purpose and you persevere, you will find the success that most don't. Because as Albert Schweitzer once said, success is not the key to happiness, happiness is the key to success. Thank you all.
Each year, students have the privilege to select a teacher who will address the graduating class at their commencement ceremony. This year, our seniors have chosen Mrs. Sheila Urednik for this honor. It is my pleasure to congratulate and introduce to you Miss Sheila Urednik.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Kendall. I'd like to extend my gratitude to Superintendent Dan Funston, the school board, administrators, colleagues, parents, grandparents, and most importantly, the graduates. I am so honored to be with you. You have changed me forever. To the class of 2021, you are amazing. What an incredible four-year journey you've been on. While high school can be challenging, you have faced unprecedented circumstances. Your presence here is proof of your resilience, which is essential in overcoming obstacles. And life is going to continue to throw the unexpected your way. I challenge you to add love alongside your resilience. An increased measure of love in our life propels us forward, increases compassion, and fuels personal growth. Let love lead you in 3 areas of your life. First, when deciding a profession, choose what you love to do. Whether you love to dance, repair cars, repair hearts, write, solve mathematical equations, or cook, do what you love. And you won't have to deal with that feeling of dread the night before you go to work. But what if you don't know what you love or what you want to do? And every time someone asks you, so, what are you going to do after high school? And your stomach starts to turn. Just breathe. It's okay. Go find what will create a passion in you. And then your job won't feel like work because it becomes a fluid, enjoyable part of your life. Second, apply love to your interactions with other people. Simply recognize that each person you come into contact with has their own story. Love them where they are in their life. That doesn't mean you have to like everybody or agree with everyone. But realize that love fosters kindness, forgiveness, does not judge. Love increases compassion. Our interactions with other people, no matter how brief, will have a positive or a negative impact. Think of what happens when two stones are thrown into water in close proximity to one another. The ripples created by each stone eventually overlap, and they affect one another. Likewise, we have an impact on everyone we come into contact with. Let love lead you. Be kind, be compassionate, be forgiving. Finally, learn to love yourself. That's the hardest one. If we tear ourselves down, how can we lift other people up? If we can't recognize our own worth in the world, how are we going to move forward? If we can't forgive ourselves and learn from our mistakes, how are we going to grow? Once you learn to love yourself, healing happens. Loving yourself is like a prequel. Without it, finding your passion in life and loving others is going to be so difficult. Let love lead you and apply that love to every area of your life. I am so proud of you, and I love you. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Uredneck. My name is Dan Funston. I'm superintendent at Concord Community Schools. Class of 2021, on behalf of our staff and the entire Concord community, I wish you congratulations and good luck on the road ahead. Before you leave our campus today, I'd encourage you to take a moment today to look around at all those who love and support you. We're also very proud of what you've accomplished so far and excited to celebrate your future achievements. Families, thank you for sharing your students with us and for your support of Concord Schools. Tonight I have the privilege this evening to introduce our school board. Seated at the far left of the stage is Mr. Jared Sponseller. Next to him is Mr. Tim Yoder. Next to Mr. Yoder is Mrs. Kelly Barr. Next, Mrs. Jennifer Davis. And speaking to you this evening is Mrs. Kami Waite, President of the School Board, who has prepared a message to share with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Funston. And wow, it's really great to see all of your faces this evening. As I thought about what to say to you tonight, it was a balance of wanting to acknowledge the last 16 months and all that came with it, and also not wanting to because, well, it's been 16 months of it. And that has been full of every emotion known to us. We've probably even combined a few and made up our own emotions. Put those emotions of the last 16 months together with graduating and all that brings, and, well, that just feels overwhelming. So I thought of a few quotes and phrases that came to mind. One is from Nelson Mandela, who said that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Friedrich Nietzsche gave us, "What does not kill you makes you stronger." This one I said a lot to myself when I was your age. My senior year was turned upside down, and like many, if not all of you, I had no choice but to roll with it and keep moving forward. If these 16 months have taught you anything, please let it be that life happens and it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's out of our control. We do, however, always have control over how we react to our world. It's okay to feel afraid, but don't let that fear control or stop you. And make sure that you look for a way to be better and stronger on the other side of whatever life has given you in that moment. Another phrase that comes to mind is don't let your past define you. These 16 months have happened to the world. They don't feel like it now, but they are a blip on the radar of your life. They do not define you moving forward. Basically, I want to empower you to keep tapping into that grit, dedication, and passion that has gotten you this far. Know that if you keep focusing on those things, the things you do have control over, not even fear can stop you. We are all very proud of you and what you've accomplished through all of your years here at Concord. And on behalf of Concord School Board of Trustees, I congratulate you and wish you all the very best.
This evening, the school board members will present diplomas to the class of 2021, and student names will be read by Assistant Principals Mrs. Amanda Whitaker and Mr. Travis Swanson. We would like to remind everyone that graduation is a time of ceremony and recognition of significant achievement, signifying both an end and a beginning. It is the culmination of 13 years of hard work. As each graduate's name is read, applauding is appropriate, as it is our hope that each and every individual's name is heard by their family and friends. Therefore, we ask that everyone refrain from making loud and disruptive noises. And lastly, to the class of 2021. So much has been said about the challenges you have faced over the last year. Don't get me wrong, we know it was difficult. But what hasn't been emphasized enough are all the mountains that you have climbed since you were merely 5 or 6 years old. Seriously, reflect on how far you have come since sitting crisscross applesauce on your favorite carpet square in kindergarten. While your determination to finish your high school career in an ever-changing world is admirable, it is your character that will be remembered. Through all the ups and downs, it has been your kindness, humility, and graciousness that has set your class apart. Kindness, humility, and graciousness. Remember those words, because in all that your future holds, your actions will always speak louder than your words. Enjoy the next chapter in your lives, and rest assured that you are ready to take on the world. So before we present your diplomas to you, we would like to recognize our top 10 seniors. We do have a tie this year, so we have 12 seniors we would like to stand to be recognized as being in the top 10. Will those seniors please stand? We also have students who have enlisted in the military and who will be serving our country in the coming years. Will those seniors please stand to be recognized? And lastly, we'd also like to thank those seniors who put together tonight's slideshow. And with that said, at this time, I, Dr. Lisa Kendall, as principal of Concord High School, certified to the Board of Education of Concord Community Schools, and Superintendent Mr. Dan Funston, that each of these students have met the graduation requirements set forth by Concord Community School Board and the Indiana Department of Education, and are now eligible for receipt of their diplomas.
We will begin tonight by honoring 2 members of the class of 2021 who passed away during their time at Concord High School. Both families will be presented with an honorary diploma. The first honorary diploma will be presented to the family of Lexus Marvin at a later date. The next honorary diploma presented tonight will be to the family of Christian Heyer. His cousin Marissa will accept his diploma on his behalf. We will now pause for a moment of silence in honor of these 2 members of the class of 2021. And on to the remaining graduates. Justina J. Riffle. Katharina Irene Crable. William E. Nickerson. Rebecca Ann Klein. Caitlin Abigail Creek. Isabella Simone Freeland Conrad. Isabella Marie Ivanelio. Abigail E. Lake. Stephen M. Simons. Vanessa Solis. Jeffrey Alejandro Amador Spradling. Jordan M. Aldridge. Jasmine Marie Howard. Riley Elizabeth Brenneman. Caden Charles Kane. Vanessa Renee Crichton. McKenna Delane DeFries. Anthony J. Ernest. Amber Marie Fox. Jandarian Jonathan Greer. Beck A. Spataro. Joel B. Cray. Monica Balin Alvarez. Madison Aaron Logue. Grayson D. Mast. Bailey M. Morrison. Haley R. Robinson. Aiden M. Ross. Eric Riley Schwartz. Tristan Michael Shank. Jackie's Devonte Shepard. Brendan Thomas Stockman. Kylie Renee Wilson. Kat E. Williams. Morgan Ashley Workman. Cole D. Hirschberger. Logan Isaac Kidder. Savannah Catherine Lane. Aaron William Zhu. Griffin William Swartout. Kendall Melinda Swartout. Enrique Francisco Acosta. Janae Star Acosta. Jimmy Adame. Jacob Brian Streeter. Lucas A. Adams Hernandez. Christopher Jesus Aguilar. Lorenzo Antonio Aguilar Galindo. Jessica Albino. Kayla Sophia Ali. Yordi Amaya Diaz. Michaela A. Anderson. Mariano Angeles Valadez. Madison Ann Arbaugh. Ivan Arica Perez. Andrea N. Avila. Jennifer E. Barquena. Ramiro Alexander Beron Vera. Michaela R. Bartlett. Parker M. Bowman. Samantha Barr. Haley Elizabeth Arms. Guillermo Bernal Luna. Naya Megan Auckland. Christina Taylor Bull. Karina Nicole Bolero. Nitsi Chavez. Peyton M. Fish. Olivia Michelle Frito. Delilah Gomez. Braden Michael Goss. Brendan Johnson. Caitlin Nicole Kiefer. Ariana Vanessa Martinez. Austin Jacob Moss. Gabriel Leo Calvo Payton. Anna I. Perez. Caden Anthony Rohr.
Wyatt C. Stringer. Dalton J. Swinehart. Gracie Paige Tucker. Lorinda Ann Ulick. Divine Joy Booth. Megan Dean Booth. Michaela Alexis Borsch. Caden Matthew Bohr. Carson Nicholas Boyd. Isabel Caitlin Brandley. Cameron M. Boytis. Brandon Cabrera. Carmen Alexandria Calderon. Jasmine Rain Caldwell. Fernanda Calvillo. Logan Parker Camarillo. Esmeralda Campos. Tessie Arlette Campos. Vladimir Carmona. Melina Paulette Castillo. Chloe Jude Cataldo. Jane Marie Centeno. Erica Paola Chacon Valencia. Autumn Rain Charles. Akira Ray Clark. Alexandria Jadan Conant. Ashley Ane Contreras. Ariana Lieja Cook. Bryce Stephen Cook. Sarah A. Cook. Riley L. Cooper. Raquel Yasmin Cortez. Logan A. Korn. Cassandra Abigail Kramer. Cody A. Crawford. Sydney Noel Culp. Diana S. Cunningham. Deasia Latrice Curtis. Dustin K. Darby. Fabrizio Andre Davila. Natalie Crystal Davila. Melissa Delgado Vasquez. Mahaley B. Denny. Hope Olivia Demos. August C. Hassler. Rachel Isabella Ducharme. Margaret Elizabeth Dull. Langston Nutachai Elias. Kane Michael Elliott. Carson Eugene Ilonich. Josue D. Escalante. Mia Abigail Gay. Samira Constanza Ferrando. Itzel Flores Uribe. Evelyn E. Gaetan. Cameron L. Galvan. Marieli Garay. Milady E. Garcia Hakup. Karina Esparza Pedroza. Rose G. George. Jessica Hiron Diaz. Angela Gonzalez. Idar Danilo Gonzalez Mejia. Jesus Gonzalez Torres. Summer S. Graves. Beatrice Guarineri. Katie A. Gutierrez. Liliana O. Gutierrez Orozco. Evelyn Arlette Guzman. Jenna Bree Hall. Kalina Rose Hardesty. William R. Harris. Corbin L. Hartpence. Anthony J. Harvey. Brooke Drake. Ashton M. Hathaway. Aaron James Dolph.
Emma Ruth Gingrich. Caitlin Diane Stauffer. Jessica Sotelo. Allison Nicole Veely. Jaden Marina Riegsecker. John Riley McEachran. Brian Reyes. Gavin J. Smith. Evelyn Rose Tynert. Kira Paige Wilson. Angel Vin Truong. Adriana Marie Smith. Isabel Grace Brunner. Madison Ray Copsey. Kendall Ann Crouch. Carly McKenna Lance. Sydney Marie Poindexter. Marissa Nicole Pro. Brooke I. Watson. Cassandra Erin Lynn Hedrick. Paulina Herrera. Ethan W. Johnson. Carson M. Hobday. Daniel Freeland. Darion Dwayne Hunter Barnes. Nyla Anissa Ethel Lee Jackson. Janelle E. James. Kalyn Nicole Jester. Andrew T. Bondurant. Stephanie Claudio. Divine Johnson. Madison Marie Jones. Preston Allen Canapel. Patrick Brogan Kelly C. Aaron O. Kennedy. Lindsay Lee Kish. Ryan A. Kitch. Lauren J. Kahn. Jamar Kalarian Kreider. Seth R. Lamb. Kagan Bennett Lehman. Haley M. Lease. Gabriela Llamas. Arlette Luvano. Giselle Luna. Walter A. Luna Navarrete. Colin M. McCauley. Ayana Macon. Salvador E. Mares. Liam Alexander Martin. Abigail Marie Martinez. Abigail Elizabeth Martinez. Alicia Martinez. Eileen Martinez. Francisca Dayanara Martinez. Jorge Juan Martinez. Karina Y. Martinez. Alana Nicole McCain. Odette Medina. Sergio Medrano Hernandez. Brianna I. Mendoza. Clarita B. Mendoza. Paola D. Mendoza Neves. Daniela Marisol Menendez Rodriguez. Colin Dale Miller. Ian Michael Miller. Mason Tyler Moore. Natalie Grace Moore. Tyron Jerome Moore. Daviel Nehemias Morales. Tavarshane L. Morris. Griffin Reed Moss. Ethan A. Moya. Aaron M. Murillo. Carlos A. Negretti. Zoe K. Nieder.
Braden John Newbern. Destiny E. Novak. Lily Fushen Nowlin. John A. Ocampo. Yaseline Susanna Ochoa Zalea. Allison Elizabeth Olmsted. Eric V. Olvera. Arturo Orozco. Catherine Ruby Ortega. Perla I. Ortiz Ordonez. Ivan Palacios. Rose Pankoki. Jason A. Perez Miranda. Alexander F. Perez Bermudez. Sydney Grace Perez Miller. Nathan E. Peterson. Hannah May Imus. Bailey R. Phillips. Dakota Lane Choir. Adrian Lee Rakowski Montoya. Julacey Ramirez. Andrea J. Ramos. Dante T. Reed. Dearion L. Reeves. And Reuven Requenes Rosales. Evan Reyes. Natalia Rivas. Alexia M. Rivera. Emmanuel Rizzo. Ethan C. Robinson. Madison Page Robinson. Ashanti Alexis Rogers. Brianna Natalia Romero. Kevin Giovanni Ruiz Cruz. Susie M. Saylor. Samantha Salas Guzman. Destiny Salvador. Abdil Santiago Cruz. Aaliyah J. Sharetti. Marissa Elizabeth Schmucker. Bryson Drew Schrock. Jake Ian Sear. Javier J. Cerna. Ashton R. Seifert. Leslie Naomi Sierra. Faith Ann Simpson. Jaspreet Singh. Isaiah R. Singleton. Kaylina R. Slack. Ariana Smith. Spencer A. Smith. Malachi A. Stalhansky. Tyler J. Stroop. Daniela J. Suarez Milian. Taryn M. Tarman. Nicholas Thane. Jarrett J. Toops. Andrea Torres. Edwin Miguel Tovar. Michaela E. Valdez. Andrea Solianitsky Valdez Medina. Jose A. Valenzuela. Jaime R. Valenzuela Sonora. Peyton Lee Van Schoik. Gustavo Angel Vasquez. Alexa Villagomez. Emily Veit. Charles Lewis Walker. Keely E. Whedon. Preston T. Wilkins. Calvin C. Williams. Jackson David Williams. Caleb Joseph Womack. Minwei Yap. Rachel Marie Yoder. Devin C. Young. Sebastian Zarco Ruvacaba. Joanna Zalia Aguilar. Kimberly Zendejas. Alexis Chiquito.
Will the seniors please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, as the student body president, I now present the class of 2021 and declare them graduates.
Been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, and Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fist. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list. But she said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. And the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman unrolls the suit before he lived. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I can turn to, somebody I can miss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play the music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne.